Hello. So I decided I'm going to record my progress. Progress. Um, like most of you, um, when I was 20 years old, I had a glimpse of what we can call, with our language, awakening. It. I didn't do any spiritual things before. Nothing like that. Only thing I read was a book from Louise Hay, Love Your Life, but nothing else. And I just remember one day I woke up and I felt that overwhelming love. It was the love of the present moment, love of my life, love of myself. I remember it lasted for about 2 months. Um, I um, I um, I actually remember how I was hugging myself just from pure joy, pure love for my body. Also, I remember that my skin, I used to suffer with bad eczema, and my skin actually cleared. It was like magical from one day to another. My skin was totally soft, beautiful, and shining, and I also remember that um, uh, I stopped thinking, or I was doing things but without thinking about it. For example, I didn't think what I'm gonna eat, blah blah blah. I just found myself going to take something for food, yeah, without mind talking. But also I noticed, I remember I was noticing as if, I don't know, never heard anyone saying that, but as if here was my higher self or something. At that time I wouldn't call it higher self, but I could feel as if I was somewhere here, yes, and as if that was guiding force for me. I felt myself somewhere here, not in the body. And I want to say again, later on, I realized I felt like I won a lottery in heaven or something, like there was a lottery going on, and they chose my ticket, and they gave me this, look here, you won the lottery, you winning this taste of awakening, taste of freedom. That's how I explained it later, because I really did not do nothing for this. And I remember walking home one night, and the leaves from the tree was falling down, and there was this wonderful, um, beautiful feeling, and knowing that these leaves were falling down for me. Like there was no one thought that wouldn't believe it. Like it was totally, it was knowing, it was just happening for me. And I had this overwhelming feeling of gratitude for that. And then at that time I was living in London, and I was working as an au pair, looking for a little child, a little black boy named Nathan. He was 5 years old at the time, And um, yes, and I remember I didn't have much money because as an au pair at that time I was being paid £50 a week. And yet I felt so like I didn't need anything. And if I at the present moment had a like for example, I noticed, oh, my purse is broken. It would be good to get a new one or something like that. Or actually, not even that, because I remember I was not thinking. Yes, it's been now over 20 years ago. So, but let's say I said, I remember it was with the purse specifically. I said, oh, my purse is broken. And like within 1 hour, someone gave me a new purse. Yes, or I had the thought of something, I don't know, whatever. It was what I want to say. Whatever I needed, it was manifested right away or within very little time span. Yes. So it was like I knew I will be taken care of, or like I don't have to worry about it. Also, I remember one thought crossing my mind, like thinking about my brother or something. Like present moment brought up my brother to my head. And I just knew again, it was like a strong knowing. Like I knew if I never ever meet him again, I knew that he will be okay. Like everything is taken care of. And just like it's beautiful to remembering this now, yes, when 20 years passed. And I remember that knowing, that it was knowing, it was not thinking, it was just deep, and you knew it. Also, I remember like the consciousness or whatever you want to call it was shining from me, because I remember going by the underground, and I actually felt as if my whole body was shining, or I could feel the glow around me. And when I was walking down with one friend of mine down the street, he said, like, oh my God, look at all those people. Everyone is just smiling at you. And that's exactly what I noticed. Like everyone was happy. I was seeing happy world. And I also remember that I had a feeling, not feeling, or I had a realization that this is what's meant by heaven on earth. Like I was so peaceful, or I don't know, my mind was so free that I actually felt that I was living this heaven on earth. And I'm trying to remember from what I remember what to say. Um, Also, what is very funny for me, that you would think when you have this consciousness, yes, running through you, or I don't know how to put it in words, that you would think that you choose the healthy food. But I remember I didn't go for healthy food. Like when I wanted to have a chocolate, I ate chocolate, but I ate it with delight. But I wasn't really choosing the healthy foods. I was just choosing what was present with no resistance. Um, and yes, I remember also I was working as an au pair, and the flat where we were living, it wasn't very nice. It was block of flats, and like you could see the walls were dirty and old. But I remember looking at it and feeling so grateful. What a beauty this is! How lucky I am to experience this, and it was beautiful. Like you could actually have delight, but it wasn't that delight, that overhyped delight. Yeah, it was um, very peaceful delight, and delight of normal things in your life which you normally don't appreciate or something. And this lasted for about 2 months. And also, when someone asked me, how do you do it that you glow so much? And I didn't really understand what was happening to me. Like, and I remember my answer, yes. And I used to say, just love yourself. It's so easy. Just love yourself. But I didn't love myself, but by my own choice. Like it was given to me at that time. One day I woke up and I loved myself and the whole world. And yet I was giving this advice to people, which actually at the time I thought that was true, but now I think it wasn't what you need to do to be awakened, because it was given to me, the love for myself. And then I just don't remember how it ended. Nothing special happened, but just like I woke up one day and and one more thing I remember. I was sitting in my room one day, and suddenly I actually, I felt it as if I heard real voice, but probably I didn't. But it was so powerful that my mind translated it as if it was real, and the voice was the voice of God. At that time, I said it was voice of God. Who knows what it was? Yeah, but it was something simple, and I can't remember what exactly he said, but it was something simple like, I love you, my beautiful child, or something like this. And it was so profound. I remember I started crying from being so I don't know the words, just it was lovely. It was lovely, and I knew it was true. Yeah, so whoever it was, it could be my higher self. I still don't know. I don't think it's even important what that voice was. Yeah, but it sounded real, and there was a knowing as well that it is real. And then just after 2 months, I don't know why it's ended, but just it ended like it started like this, yes, and it ended like that. So I woke up and it was gone. All this love for life, all this awakened spirit. And I remember I felt like I lost it. And I'm trying to search for English words. I fell into depression right away. So from this awakened state, they say, yes, that if you go high, you fall down. And I don't know whether it was because of that, but yes, I fell in deep depression. Fortunately, it was lasting also for maybe 1 or 2 months. And everything seemed dark and gray, and I didn't want to wake up. I was sleeping, and I don't actually remember much of this depression time. I just remember how I lost the taste for life. It was the opposite of the awakening. But I was lucky one because, as I said, it lasted 1 or 2 months. And then I became normal again. And for about maybe 10 years, it started this process. I wanted that feeling of being awakened. I wanted it so badly back. Yeah. And just love yourself. I didn't know how to do it, how to love yourself. Even though I experienced the feeling of it, I didn't know how to do it. So I started to read many spiritual books, Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle, plenty. Was going to angel courses, Diana Cooper, and I jumped on the spiritual wagon, or how do you call it, spiritual train. And after 10 years of nothing happening, I gave up and I started living like, normal life, but without spirituality. I didn't have energy for it anymore. And then for about maybe 6, 7 years, I don't know exactly how many years, I wasn't into spirituality at all. I knew about it, but it was not interested for me anymore. And then my journey began. I actually moved back to Slovakia, had a child, and split up after 11 years of living with a child's father. I left him. And that started a proper journey for me. Proper and beautiful journey, which I am on till now, yes, which is still going on. And it was actually about, I wouldn't call it spiritual, but to someone who, but it might, for someone it might be like spiritual, yes. But what was the point of it? The pain of deciding to leave my, father of my child was so strong and so overpowering. What do you say, overpowering? Well, it was so strong and painful. My mind was actually killing me. The suffering was so big that I had a feeling my mind is going to kill me. I was never the person who would kill themselves or whatever, yes. But I remember there was 1 second in my head like that, oh my God, I can see how people can give up and actually kill themselves because the mind is so strong. It was actually turned against me. So the journey started, I thought like it's never gonna go away, like it was, those of you who went through the divorce or lost a partner or whatever, you know. By the way, before that, I actually lost a boyfriend before to an accident. So I knew I went through similar pain, but that wasn't the time when it wasn't the time to start the journey, or maybe however you call it, the journey started since I was born, yeah. But yes, and so what? Yes, this mind was so strong, and it started for me like that. I had to, one night I couldn't be with myself anymore, and the mind was doing all that thinking and all of that. Oh my God. And I just remember a thought came to my head, and I said to my mind, okay, tell me more. And I don't know why I said that. Yeah, like my head said it to my head. And the thought stopped. Like suddenly I really said, okay, tell me more. What else do you want to tell me? And the process was stopped. And I was like, wow. So again, when my mind came on again and trying to provoke suffering or get me to suffer, I started using this sentence. Okay, I'm listening. Tell me more. And it was stopping the process. But I was really like, okay, like I really meant it to my mind. And now I see it as the mind, it's like saying to mind, I'm not resisting you, just tell me more. If you're telling me, I'm not going to fight you or something like that. I don't know, but it really worked. And also I got the feeling that I need to cry as much as I can, but not to cry to keep me in this suffering, but to cry it out. So I actually started to listen to the songs that would bring emotional response. Yes, so I was Gladiator, the song, famous song. Can't think of what's the name, and all these songs that will make you cry. And I actually was crying, like, come on, okay, I let you cry it out, all out. Like I didn't want to fight it anymore. So yes, I did this also, and this was the starting point for me. And then I knew I had to do. It's funny because at that time it worked. Now I don't really think it's necessary to do in this stage where I am now. But at that time, where the pain was so strong, I knew that I have to choose very carefully what I'm gonna do with who I'm gonna meet. It was very important for me to choose only that which makes me happy. Or uh, yes, so I was choosing. If a friend called me to go somewhere and I didn't feel like going, then I didn't go. But if another friend called me, like, I was really choosing only that which made me happy. And slowly, my confidence was growing back. And I started creating things which I thought I was never creative. And um, that gave me confidence, because when I looked at those uh, items that I created, oh my God, it was so beautiful. I posted it online and it was very actually people were liking it so much and asking me to do the same for them. And it was like this, I was doing trees from crystals, like sun catchers and all that. And that was important for me. I started to be creative. I was finding so much love for it. And I actually thought it will never end, that this creative force was so strong in me, but it didn't last. Now I stopped. And from that moment, I heard one video of a woman. I don't know how it came to me. Well, it came to me. And she was actually talking about how it is important not to fight the feelings, not to fight them. Whatever is happening in the present moment, whatever, however, pain, fear, or whatever, don't fight it with your mind, but rather focus on your feeling, yes. And I remember it started with me like just sit with the feeling. So I was trying, for me it was big because I used to fight all this feeling. I don't want to feel it, I want to feel happy. But so it was big for me, and I tried it, and it was wonderful. I mean, the feelings were horrible, but just that realization that wow, I actually can just watch them. So I started to do this process of whatever I was feeling. I sat with it, and I was trying to get my head off it. I started to try to locate it in my body. Where am I feeling it? Is it in my stomach or in my heart? And then there was, so I was focusing on that place. Then I could I was giving it a color, what color it is, how, what color does it feel like, or what shape. And it was helping me to get my head off that thing and brought me back to body and my actual feelings. And it was very freeing because my head from the childhood was over analyzing. Yes, I analyzed everything, and I would keep suffering going on and on and on. And this helped me tremendously. Like, it wasn't comfortable, but there was such a satisfaction of peace behind this process. And slowly I went to one retreat, and it was a silent retreat, and it was about 20 people. We were in one house. There were only 2 rooms for sleeping. We were all together, and we had to be silent for 4 days, going around each other and not talking. Oh my God, it was beautiful experience, beautiful. So I mean, there was a big shift in me happening then. And then I started to, well, I became the seeker, which I'm probably still the seeker. I think I'm in an energy of a seeker, but it's lessening. I can see it's lessening. 3 years ago, it was strong. Like I was listening to video after video, Mooji, Eckhart Tolle, Gangaji, Ramahaji, and all the seekers, Simply Awakened, Rupert Spira, and it all was helping me how to deal with myself. And I started to practice this silence, like I would give myself, still I do it till to this day, even though there are many awakened beings that say like you don't need to just be, well, it is just be. I'm practicing this silence to just be, to know how just to be in present moment. But it was so hard in the beginning. Oh my God, to sit with myself, even when I was calm. And let it be. I actually realized I don't know what it is to just be. My mind was making a thing from just be, just from this sentence, just be. I didn't know how to be. What is it to be? Is it? I remember it was. I was doing it, yet I still didn't know if I'm doing it right or wrong. I understand now that whatever I was doing, it was that 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 what is what I was doing. I was just being. And now I understand. I think, I mean, it's 3 years since I've been doing it, and I'm telling you, I'm one of the, oh, I used to be one of the terrible thinkers. Like I'm telling you, if my mind wanted, she was sharp and she would make me suffer. Like, I think this is exactly for most of you why we are on this journey, because we couldn't live with that mind anymore. Like it was awful realizing what your mind is doing to you. Like actually you are doing that to yourself. Oh my God. So I thank my mind that it was so harsh on me, because it brought me on this journey. And what I want to say, like, it is important for me to sit with myself, and not because, like, because people who are trying to sit with themselves, they are trying to be awakened. Yes, like, when will I awake? And it was same with me. Like, I didn't want to think that, but I could see that it was behind the intention, and I was like, I was fighting it or something. But then I realized from the videos I'm listening, it was never from my head, but thank you for this video, that it's all just thoughts. Even if the intention, you find yourself with that, you have this intention to do it because you want to be awakened, you realize it is just thought, and you see that thought, and you caught that, you caught yourself that you're thinking it, and you bring yourself back to your heart, or just back to your breath, whatever works for you. And I must say, more I'm doing it, for some of you it might sound horrible, 3 years and nothing, but I'm telling you, it's not nothing. It's like very little shifts, very little tiny shifts. It's like deepening of this acceptance of yourself. And now when I go and sit with myself, I actually understand what it is, just stay as you are. What it means, stay as you are. It's not, because I remember I used to think, stay as you are, what? I am a spirit, I am this higher being, this is stay as you are, what they mean? No, stay as you are, as stay as your consciousness is at the moment, stay as what you're capable of, stay present with yourself. Don't imagine things, just be as you are. Like you don't have to do nothing, just be as you are. And it took me 2.5 years, because for half year I'm just really sitting with myself, just staying with myself, not expecting nothing. And if I catch my thought that I'm expecting something, or like, I can actually see that I'm not searching awakening anymore. What I'm doing by this is, it's as if I'm not doing nothing, but I see it's helping me accept present moment in my daily life much easier. Whatever is happening, it's helping me, because when I'm silent, I'm with myself, I'm staying as I am, and I'm watching this mind, because it switches off. Then I catch the mind, and I go back to myself. Then the mind goes on again, and I actually realized, oh my God, like there is not just word outside, there is very lively word inside of me, like amazingly live. And I realize I'm not actually doing it because I can't fight it. It just comes on randomly, and it's fascinating because you do realize it's randomly. You have nothing to do with it. It just comes to you. You see it, accept it. Um, just by seeing it, you're already awakened to that. So there is nowhere to go because you already are aware. And it's just beautiful. And it is very little shifts, and I can feel the shifts are not needed anymore. But yet it gives me such joy to be with myself, which before I mean I could be with myself, but I would have TV on, or create or do something which makes me happy. But now I really I just sit and let it be. And some people don't need this. I don't think it's necessary, but for me it's definitely working. And before that, I actually want to say, I because some people call this meditation. Yes, I used to hate the word meditation. Like, meditation, no, like, no, that's not for me. I would maybe do meditations which were like imagining meditations from time to time, just to like calm myself. But no, meditation was not my thing. And I don't call this meditation, even though for some people it might be kind of meditation, but it's just being with yourself. And I heard once that just sitting with yourself, you are, well, in duality, you are actually balancing your yin and yang, like, yes, because this and I can't remember exactly what they say, but like this thinking, it's the female thinking. Thinking is like female aspect, and staying with you and accepting that you are thinking and seeing it and holding yourself, yes, and not judging yourself, is that masculine thing, or maybe it's other way. It doesn't matter. Yes, but at one point it was actually helping me to sit with myself, because I had this beautiful, oh, I'm balancing yin and yang in myself, because I always felt more masculine, like, yeah, and I was fighting it. Yet, funny thing is that people around me in my surroundings, they consider me like, very often they say I have this, how do you say in English? Esoteric vibe around me, or something like that. Like I'm this soft esoteric woman, and yet inside of me I was feeling like this masculine, strong force. Yes, I never felt feminine, which is fascinating, that people see the femininity in you, and yet you don't see it in yourself. And I wanted to become more soft, yet to the world around me I was very soft. And but that's for the mind again. But even the mind is beautiful now. It's fascinating me. And I would actually like like to find people who are on the same journey, and maybe we could empower ourselves while this seeking energy is lasting, because it will tire one day, and and uh, and it will stop, I believe. And I see the seeking energy is ceasing now, even in me, but I'm enjoying being a seeker still. And from time to time, I love to hear these gurus online. And well, I don't know whether you listen to here, but I had a feeling that I want to try this. I want to try this and find a similar vibe. Vibe. Now, how do I say? I wanted to attract like people with similar experience or similar thinking, and I enjoy community of like-minded people. Yet I love I love the oh my god, it's English, um, differences, but would be lovely to find this community. So, well, I actually don't know whether this all made sense to you, but I recorded myself, and well, let's see. So looking forward to hearing from you. Bye.